Students, last video we studied Markovnico rule. In that here also we are going to study the according to the Markovnico rule. One more rule is given here. See that 3-methyl 1-butene, 4 carbon 1 2 3 4. In third carbon we have methyl, so 3-methyl, and 4 carbon means bute, and in first carbon we have double bond, so 1-butene. We are going to add HBr. According to Markovnico rule, the H is going to be the carbon containing more hydrogen. So first carbon having CH3, and second carbon the Br goes to second carbon. So we get 2-bromo 3-methyl butane. So this is the major product we are thinking. But here, which one is major means this product is a major one. What is this product means? 2-methyl 2-bromo butane. 2-methyl 2-bromo butane. We will see that. First of all, the primary carbocation, secondary carbocation, tertiary carbocation. Which one is more stable means tertiary carbocation is more stable when compared to the secondary carbocation. First of all, in that compound, which compound this one? 3-methyl 1-butene. I am going to write 3-methyl 1-butene, and then HBr. I am going to separate H plus Br minus. And in double bond there is 2 electron. That 2 electron goes to first carbon. So we get CH2 minus, and second carbon becomes positive. Now that the CH2 minus attract the H plus means we get the CH3, and the second carbon becomes CH plus, that is called as 2-degree carbocation. It is less stable when compared to the 3-degree carbocation. Now see that the 2-degree carbon, that is in second carbon, the hydrogen, the second carbon hydrogen, it shift to the third carbon hydrogen, so that we get the 3-degree carbocation here. So which one is more stable? 3-degree carbocation. Now the Br minus, first of all that H plus is attached with the first carbon. Now Br minus, it is goes to the second carbon, that is methyl carrying carbon, because it is having positive character. So Br goes to that second carbon, that is 3 carbocation. Now we get the, which one is more stable now? 3-degree carbocation when compared to the 2-degree carbocation. So that we get the major product like this. This compound name is 2-bromo butane, 2-methyl 2-bromo butane. That is major compound. And suppose the 2-degree carbocation having the third carbon having positive character. Now I am going to write not the third carbon, this is the second carbon, sorry ma. The second carbon having positive character. The Br minus goes to second carbon, so that we get 2-bromo 3-methyl butane. 2-bromo 3-methyl butane as a minor product. Students, so far we have learned Markovnikov rule. That Markovnikov rule, it is based on the ionic mechanism. I noted ionic mechanism. Ionic means that HBr is treated as H plus Br minus. But now we are going to study the anti-Markovnikov rule. It is based on the free radical mechanism. Then that name, another name for that anti-Markovnikov rule is peroxide effect, or otherwise it is called as Karoff addition. Now this is propene. That propene is added with the HBr in presence of peroxide. In presence of peroxide means the HBr, it follows the free radical mechanism, that is anti-Markovnikov rule. In Markovnikov rule, the H is added with the carbon bearing more number of hydrogen. But here anti-Markovnikov rule means the hydrogen, it is added to the less number of hydrogen bearing carbon. So the hydrogen is added with the second carbon, then Br is added with the first carbon. Now this effect will be occurred with the help of peroxide only. That peroxide only that changes the HBr as a H radical and Br radical. So without peroxide means the HBr, it is split as a H plus Br minus. Now see that suppose the H radical, it goes to second carbon means we get 1-bromo propane, and this H goes to first carbon means we get 2-bromo propane. But which one is Major here means in peroxide, in the presence of peroxide, we get 1-bromopropane as a major product. Why? What is the reason behind that means? Just we see the mechanism of this peroxide effect with the two path. One is A path. In that A path, first of all, the propene, it is added with the bromine radical. That bromine radical suppose goes to second carbon means the first carbon it is become as a CH2 radical. That CH radical is a primary radical. So primary radical is a less stable. Then afterward the H radical, the HBr splitted as a Br radical and H radical I told ma. First of all the Br radical it is added with the second carbon so that we get to the primary radical, and then H radical now goes to first carbon, so we get the 2-bromopropane. It is a minor product. Why it is a minor product means it is a primary radical. It is a less stable primary radical. We are getting this product from less stable primary radical. But suppose it is goes in the B path. The propene, the first Br radical it is added with the first carbon. So first carbon means the second carbon it is become as a radical. What radical? What type of radical means? Secondary radical. The CH means it is a secondary radical. It is a more stable when compared to the primary radical. So that now the H radical. Afterward the Br radical added means the H radical now added with the Verma. It is added with the second carbon. So we get 1-bromopropane. That 1-bromopropane as a major product. Why it is a major product? Because we are getting from the secondary radical. The secondary radical is a more stable one. So that we are getting 1-bromopropane as a major product and 2-bromopropane as a minor product. It is a anti-Markovnikov rule. It is based on the peroxide effect. With the help of peroxide only we get the radicals. We are going to see the peroxide, how the peroxide produce the free radicals. Okay ma? Now benzoyl peroxide. How it is benzoyl means up to here C6H5CO. It is called as benzoyl. So another benzoyl, and then that one benzoyl having one more oxygen, so it is benzoyl peroxide. The same way another benzoyl also having one more oxygen. Up to C6H5CO is benzoyl ma, benzoyl. The same way C6H5CO, it is also another benzoyl. So two benzoyl, one benzoyl having one more oxygen means it is peroxide. Another benzoyl having one more oxygen, it is peroxide. It is a dimer compound, so that we are writing two numbers. That is benzoyl peroxide, but the name is benzoyl peroxide. Now it is undergo the homolytic fission. What fission? Homolytic fission. Homolytic fission means the bond. This bond having two electron. The two electron, that one electron goes to here and one electron goes to here. So that we are getting two type of C6H5 C double bond O. Here we have to put one electron because this electron taken away by this oxygen and that electron also taken away by that oxygen by homolytic fission. What type of fission was this one? Homolytic fission. So we get C6H5 T double bond O 1, and the same way another one C6H5 C double bond O another radical. Now we are going to eliminate this carbon dioxide. Here one carbon dioxide, here one carbon dioxide. So we get 2 moles of carbon dioxide. I written here. Now what happened? This C6H5 means they become as a radical. So 2 radical we are getting, phenyl radical and phenyl radical. You understand, I think. Okay, this is the first step. Then phenyl radical. Now that phenyl radical is added with the HBr. That in HBr the phenyl radical taken away the H. This is also undertaken by with the help of homolytic fission. Now that H is taken away means that is become as a, the phenyl radical become as a benzene and Br is become as a bromine radical. Now the bromine radical is added with the propene. The bromine radical is added in 2 ways. The bromine radical may be added with the second carbon, so we get this type of compound. Suppose the bromine radical is added with the first carbon means we get this type of carbon. Afterward the H radical is added. So which one is more stable means which one is more stable? This is primary radical, this one secondary radical. So which one is more stable means this radical only. Secondary radical is more stable. So we get the 1-bromopropane as a major product. Now we understand So how the peroxide is helpful to produce the free radical. That peroxide effect. For peroxide effect we taken only HBr. Why can't we take hydrogen chloride and hydrogen iodide? Hydrogen chloride means it is not cleaved by free radical. Free radical cleavage means the bond the having two electron, that electron taken by this hydrogen and chlorine, that is not happened with the help of peroxide in HCl. So that we can't take the HCl in Anton-Markovnikov effect. The same way in hydrogen iodide, but it is cleaved. That hydrogen iodide, it is cleaved, easily cleaved, and it gives iodine radical. But that iodine radical, once again it reacts with another iodine radical, it gives iodine molecule. But we need that iodine radical should add up with the alkene. But it is not happening here. What happened here? The iodine radical, it is reacted with another iodine radical and it gives the iodine molecule instead of adding with the alkene. So that we can't use the hydrogen iodide for anti-Markovnikov rule or peroxide effect. So for HCl and hydrogen iodide we can't use more. So note it down, this question. And next one, Karov addition. What is Karov's addition means? Alkene plus CXCl3 in presence of metal catalyst, it undergo free radical mechanism and it gives the addition product. That is called as Karov's addition. The next one, alkene, it is added with cold and concentrated sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid formula H2SO4. For alkene I am going to take the propene. Here the double bond having two electron, that electron goes to first carbon, means the first carbon becomes negative character and second carbon becomes positive character. Then H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, I split it as H plus and minus OSO2H. How many oxygen? 4 oxygen, 1 sulfur and 1 hydrogen. I splitted 1 hydrogen separately. So this one is become as negative. Which one is negative means the oxygen only having the negative character, so that we split it like this. Okay, ma? Now that negative goes to second carbon. Why? Because the second carbon having positive character, and this H plus goes to first carbon because the first carbon is negative character. So negative attracted by positive. Here also the negative is attracted by positive. So we get the compound like this. Once again the water is added, means water, usually we split the water as HOH. That H is goes to here. You added this H with the SO2OH. So once again we get a H2SO4, and instead of that SO2OH place, the OH, that OH goes to this place. So we get 2-propanol. So with the alkene, with the concentrated sulfuric acid, we get the alcohol as a product. The next one, oxidation. Oxidation means addition of oxygen. You see that here I am going to add the oxygen with the help of some oxidizing reagent. So first oxidizing reagent is Bayes reagent. What is Bayes reagent means? Cold dilute alkaline KMnO4, potassium dichromate. It is the important one word goes. So Bayes reagent. That Bayes reagent gives the oxygen, Nassen oxygen. I square bracket given now, ma. Usually the oxygen is given as O2. But here only one oxygen is given. That oxygen is given by that cold dilute alkaline KMnO4. Now I am going to take the example ethene. 2 carbon, eth and double bond is there. So ethene, and common name is ethylene. Double bond is indicated by ethylene. So ethylene. Common name is ethylene. IUPAC name is ethene. In presence of water, I split the water as OH, H. The H combined with the O. That O is given by this cold dilute KMnO4. So we get 2 OH, 1 OH goes to this carbon, another OH goes to that carbon. So we get the CH2OH, CH2OH. This is called as ethylene glycol, that is vicinal diol. What is vicinal diol means? The adjacent carbon having alcohol, the OH group. Adjacent means another carbon, nearer carbon. Nearer carbon having alcohol means that is called as vicinal diol. And IUPAC name 2 carbon eth and single bond A. This one first carbon, this one second carbon, both the one having alcohol. So ethane 1,2 diol. Here the manganese, the KMnO4 having manganese noma. That manganese, the oxidation state also changes. So during the changes, the color also changes. So manganese 2 plus means first of all it is a purple color. Afterward, when it is added with the alkene, it is slowly changed as a manganese 6 plus. So it is the color also changes to dark green. Finally, it is changes to manganese 4 plus. According to the oxidation state, the color also changes as a dark brown precipitate. So it is also will be asked. So note it down. Next one. Suppose alkene is added with the acidified KMnO4. First of all, we added with the cold dilute alkaline KMnO4. Now we are going to add with the acidified KMnO4. Alkene is added with the acidified KMnO4. Acidified means we indicated by H plus. Acid always gives H plus, so that the H plus indicator means it is noted that it is an acid. So as it is acidified KMnO4 means H plus bar KMnO4. Now this compound name is 3 carbon 1 2 3. In the second carbon having methyl so that 2 methyl, and 3 carbon means prop, double bond is first carbon, so 1 propene. 2 methyl 1 propene. Here I am going to add 4 oxygen with the help of this H plus KMnO4. First of all, you add 1 oxygen here. So CH3C double bond O. You see that? CH3C double bond O. Next one. How many carbon? We are going to eliminate this CH2. So 1 carbon, it is added with 2 oxygen. So carbon dioxide is eliminated. And 1 more oxygen is there. Already we added 1 oxygen here. 2 oxygen with the carbon. So carbon dioxide. 1 more oxygen is added with H2. So we get water. What is the name of this compound means acetone. Name of the compound is acetone, and another name propanone. Why propanone means 3 carbon prop and single bond you have to consider with the carbon only, not with the carbon and oxygen. So it here the carbon possesses only single bond. Carbon single bond means A, not carbon with oxygen we have to consider. Okay, so prop single bond, prop 3 carbon and single bond A, and this one is a ketone, C double bond O is a ketone, so 1 propanone. Okay, now 2 butene, 4 carbon is there, so 4 means but, and then double bond. In second carbon we have double bond. I put 1 2 3 4. So second carbon having double bond, so 2 butene. In that 2 butene we are going to add the acidified KMnO4. Acidified KMnO4 is an oxidizing agent. It gives 2 Nassen oxygen. The square bracket indicates that it is a Nassen oxygen, that is atomic oxygen. Now after adding that bond, double bond is cleaved. Cleaved means break up, and 1 oxygen is added with this carbon. So we get CH3CHO. Then another oxygen also added with this carbon. So we get CH3CHO. We get 2 compound CH3CHO, CH3CHO. That is 2 acetaldehyde we are getting after cleavage. Cleavage means break up the bond. Afterward, once again addition reaction, oxidation will be undertaken, and it gives 1 more oxygen here added means we get acid. So acetaldehyde becomes acetic acid. This acetaldehyde also becomes acetic acid. So while adding acidified KMnO4, the 2 butene becomes 2 moles of acetic acid. First of all, it changes 2 moles of acetaldehyde, afterward 2 moles of acetic acid. Now we are going to see the very important question, ozonolysis. Ozonolysis means alkene is added with ozone. Ozone, it cleaves the double bond. Where is double bond? Here. It cleaves only the double bond. Double bond is break up, fully erased. So we have 3 oxygen. 1 oxygen is added with this carbon. Another oxygen is added with this carbon. How many oxygen is there? 3 oxygen. So 1 more oxygen is shared by these 2 carbon. The ozone will be added to the double bond or unsaturated. That is triple bond also will be added, not with the single bond. Keep it in mind, ozone will be added in the double bond only. I told you that how many oxygen? 3 oxygen. 1 oxygen is added with this carbon. Another oxygen is added with this carbon. So we get a compound like this. 1 more oxygen is shared with 2 carbons. And afterwards zinc with water. I am going to add zinc with water. Then while the zinc with water is added, we get a cleavage of like this cross. And 1 more oxygen is there, that oxygen goes to with the water. H2O plus oxygen we get H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide. Afterward, the cleavage is happen, no ma. You put the H in front of the carbon. HCHO. HCHO. The same way. You took one carbon, one hydrogen and put in front of the carbon. H. So one H here. CHO. HCHO. That is 2 moles of formaldehyde we are getting. That is the IUPAC's name is methanol. One carbon means single bond N and aldehyde means Al. Methanol. While adding ethene or ethylene with ozone, we get the product formaldehyde or methanol. The next one, suppose propene or propylene. Ozone is added means the ozone is added with the single bond or double bond. So double bond. One oxygen is added with this carbon. Another oxygen is added with this carbon. So we added like this. One more oxygen is added with the 2 carbon. Afterwards, zinc bar water is added means you put the cross mark like this. Put means that oxygen goes to water. So water with oxygen we get H2O2, that is peroxide. Then you see that CH3CHO. We get CH3CHO. The bond is cleaved ma, the middle bond. So we get CH3CHO. You put this hydrogen in front of the carbon. So we get HCHO. That is formaldehyde or methanol. This one acetaldehyde or ethanol. This one formaldehyde or methanol. When you are getting this product, when the propene or propylene is added with the ozone. Next, it is evaluate some 2-methylpropene. See that propene means 3 carbon. In second carbon we have methyl. So 2-methylpropene, the first carbon having double bond. Another name isobutylene. Iso means like this, the L shape like this we are having. And 4 carbon is there. So but and double bond means xylene. Isobutylene. The ozone is added means ozone where we have to add the ozone in double bond. So a double bond means one oxygen here, one oxygen with the carbon. So you slightly change this methyl as a slanting way. You see that methyl I have to like the slanting way. Why? Because I am going to add one oxygen in this carbon. So that oxygen here and one oxygen will be added to this carbon and one more oxygen is added with these 2 carbon. That is shared between these 2 carbon. The ozone will be added to the double bond alone. Keep it in mind. Next, zinc bar water. If you add means the above oxygen goes to water, we get hydrogen peroxide, H2O2. Next, I am going to cleave this bond. Means we get CH3COCH3. CH3COCH3 and you put the H in front of the carbon, HCHO. Compound name is acetone or propanone. See the compound name acetone or propanone. This one formaldehyde or methanol. Now we are going to see the ozonolysis of alkyne. See the page number 203. Ethine. Ethine means 2 carbon triple bond. 2 carbon means eth and triple bond means ine. And common name is acetylene. Keep it in mind. This acetylene is very important name for this compound. And ozone. Ozone I already told that it is cleavage the double bond only. How many bond here? 3 bond. So it cleave the double bond. One more bond we are having. That bond we have to put like this. Okay ma? Keep it in mind ma. But in double bond you see that here double bond, the ozone is added means there is no more bond because it cleavage the double bond only. But in ethine how many bond? Triple bond. So it cleavage the double bond but one bond is there. So we have to put the one bond here. Now the ozone, one oxygen is added with this carbon, one oxygen is added with that carbon and one oxygen is shared with these 2 carbon. Water will be added means what will happen? That this oxygen alone cleaved with and added with the water, we get hydrogen peroxide is the one of the product. Now that bond, this bond is cleaved to there and this bond is cleaved with that, we get the double bond. So H C double bond, you put the H in front of the carbon and C double bond H. You see that man. Next we are going to cleavage this hydrogen peroxide as OH, OH. One OH goes to here. One OH goes to here, ma. So we get HCOOH. And another OH goes to here. We get HCOOH. So we get HCOOH, that is formic acid or methanoic acid. The next one, suppose another compound, propyne. Propyne means this one is acetylene. This one is acetylene. Triple bond means acetylene. This one methyl. So methyl acetylene. Another name, IUPAC name is propyne, ma. Common name is methyl acetylene. Ozone will be added, means the ozone cleavage the double bond alone. So there is one bond between C and CH. You see that C and CH having one bond. Then oxygen. 3 oxygen is there. One oxygen added with this carbon, another oxygen added with this carbon, and one more oxygen is shared between these 2 carbon. Now water will be added, means the above oxygen alone is added with water. We get the hydrogen peroxide. H2O2 is one of the product. Now see that CH3, C double bond O, we have to cleavage this bond. That bond goes to this carbon, and also half of the bond goes to here. So we get the double bond. CH3, C double bond O, C double bond OH. And then the hydrogen peroxide now cleaved as OH and OH. One of the OH goes to here. So we get CH3COOH, and another OH goes to here. So HCOOH. We get the 2 compound, CH3COOH, acetic acid or ethanoic acid. Another one HCOOH, that is formic acid. This is evaluate sum, page number 198. The A compound, when it is reacted with the ozone, it gives acetaldehyde. It is one of the question. Then A compound reacted with the bromine bar carbon tetrachloride, it gives B compound. So first of all, we have to identify the A compound. Acetaldehyde, we get only acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde means how many carbon, ma? 2 carbon. So 2 carbon means we have to add another 2 carbon. So how many carbon? 4 carbon. So 4 carbon double bond we need. That compound is 2-butene. We have to identify 2-butene because we get 2 carbon. So 1, 2 carbon we are going to get. Here also 2 carbon. The 2 carbon compound is acetaldehyde. So because of that acetaldehyde, we have to identify A as a 2-butene. We are going to add ozone. Ozone is a double bond cleavage reagent. So in this double bond will be cleaved, that is break up, and then gives the compound like this ozonide compound. We have already learned that carbon, one carbon get one oxygen, another carbon, the double bond carbon get the oxygen like this. Afterward, when we add zinc per water, means the bond will break up like this. This cross mark we have to put after the addition of zinc bar water. Then the oxygen, the upper oxygen goes to water. We get hydrogen peroxide is the one of the compound. We no need, that is a byproduct only, so no need to write. And this one CH3CHO, CH3CHO. So we get 2 moles of acetaldehyde. So what is the A compound means now? 2-butene. The 2-butene, when it is added with the bromine bar carbon tetrachloride, you split the bromine as Br, and then one Br goes to this carbon, another Br goes to that carbon. We get 2,3. Put the number 1, 2, 3, 4. So take second carbon and third carbon having bromine. So 2,3 dibromo, and 4 carbon means bute and single bond gain butane. So B compound is a 2,3 dibromo butane. And one more question they asked. We have to write the geometrical isomer of A. So first of all, the CH3CH, what is the 2-butene means? CH3CH, double bond CH3. I am going to rotate this carbon alone. This carbon alone rotate means the CH3 goes to upper and H goes to downward. So we can write this compound like this. You see the difference? The CH3 goes to up and one hydrogen goes to down. This compound is a trans 2-butene. This compound is cis 2-butene. You see the difference? CIS, cis 2-butene, and that compound is a trans 2-butene. What is the difference between these two means? The CH3 compound alone, the CH3 is downward here and CH3 there is upward. Next evaluate question 15. They given us C2H4. That is a compound. That A compound gives B compound when it is reacted with the chlorine, and also HBr. When it is reacted with HBr, it gives the C compound. It is the question. We have to identify the A, B, C. What is A? It is the 2 carbon with hydrogen. How many hydrogen? 4 hydrogen. So first of all, put the 2 carbon like this and hydrogen like this. Share both the one having. But carbon valency, what is the mark? 4 valency. So it is satisfied with 2 bond with hydrogen and 1 bond with this carbon. But how many valency for carbon? 4 valency. So we have to satisfy with the 4th valency by this bond. So that what is the A compound means now? Ethene. Eth means 2 carbon and double bond ethene, and common name is ethylene. Now chlorine added means you separate the chlorine Cl. One Cl goes to this carbon, another Cl goes to that carbon. We get CH2Cl, CH2Cl. That is, put the 1, 2. So first carbon and second carbon having chlorine, 1, 2 dichloroethane. Another name we can say that it is a ethylene noma. So ethylene dichloride. So B compound is a 1, 2 dichloroethane or ethylene dichloride. The next one HBr. HBr, split the HBr like this. 1 H goes to there and Br goes to here, means we get CH3 CH2Br. That is bromoethane or ethyl bromide. So this is the compound C. Now polymerization. The ethene or ethylene, when it is under passed through the red hot iron tube and 873 Kelvin, it undergo polymerization. That is, one compound, it is added many times, it gives a big molecule, that is called as polymer. We get the ethene as a polyethene or polyethylene. So N means it may be 1,000, more than 1,000 times it will be added. So we get the big molecule. The same way in propene. Propene also undergo with 873 Kelvin and red hot tube, it is passed through the red hot tube, means we get polypropene. The CH3 alone down and the CH bond, CH2 bond. This will be repeated like this. This compound is repeated more than 1,000 times. We get the polypropene. The next one, styrene. Styrene means CH2 double bond, CH, C6H5. That also undergo free radical polymerization. With the help of free radical, it undergo polymerize. That is, polymerize means many times the compound will be added. We get the big molecule, that is polystyrene, N times. So we have to put N times in front of the styrene and N in after the end of the bond here. Number 202 mark. The question not given there, but you have to write it down. Differentiate between terminal alkyne and non-terminal alkyne. So first one, 1-butane, you see that it is a terminal. In terminal we have triple bond, that is called as alkyne, terminal alkyne. Non-terminal alkyne, where is the triple bond? In second carbon. It is not terminal, so it is a non-terminal. 2-butane is the non-terminal and 1-butane is the terminal one. Here the silver nitrate and ammonical silver nitrate we are going to add. AgNO3 is a silver nitrate and NH4OH is a ammonium hydroxide. It is called as ammonical silver nitrate. I split the silver nitrate as AgNO3 and ammonium has a ammonium OH. NH4 and NO3 both are combined, we get ammonium nitrate. We get ammonium nitrate. I written there ammonium nitrate. And afterward we have to take this hydrogen. Instead of that hydrogen you add Ag. So we get silver butynide. Silver butynide. Instead of hydrogen I am going to add Ag. So we taken that hydrogen, that hydrogen combined with OH, we get the water. So this is the compound. We get the precipitate. This precipitate we get only for terminal alkyne. Because the terminal alkyne having only one hydrogen, that hydrogen replaced with the Ag. So because of that H only we get the precipitate. But in 2-butane, you see that there is no more hydrogen here. So if you have the hydrogen, means instead of that hydrogen we put the Ag there. But there is no hydrogen, so we can't put the Ag. So there is no reaction because absence of acidic hydrogen. Why it is called as acidic hydrogen means which compound give the hydrogen, that compound is called as acidic. Now this 1-butane, it gives the
hydrogen. So it is a acidic hydrogen. That hydrogen is called as acidic hydrogen. Now another one, the same 1-butane, but the compound we are going to add different compound. That is copper chloride with the ammonium hydroxide. Instead of that hydrogen you put the copper. So we get copper butenide. It is also precipitate. And that ammonium, it is reacted with the chlorine. It gets ammonium chloride. And that OH, ammonium hydroxide having OH, that OH reacted with H, we get water. Okay. Now that alkane, the alkane is a sp3 hybridized, alkene is a sp2 hybridized, and alkyne is a sp hybridized. The sp means it have off percentage s character and off percentage p character. Because of this character, the terminal hydrogen is go out as a H plus, because the carbon, it takes the electron. Why it is get the electron towards itself means because of s character. S character means the nucleus, it is nearer to nucleus. S orbital, all the s orbital are nearer the nucleus. So nucleus has the positive character. So this carbon is act as a positive, it attract the electron, it leaves the hydrogen as a H plus. So that the terminal alkyne, they act as a acidic character because they are giving H plus.